Hey everyone, and welcome to Scouting League. And today we dive back into our 2027 draft scouting series and take a look at running back Mark Fletcher Jr. of Miami. Before we throw on that film and talk traits, make sure you head over, like, subscribe, and share this podcast wherever you're listening and watching. Whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, watching that video portion on YouTube, which will get some nice Miami film today. Make sure you hit those buttons. Subscribing and commenting are the ways you can really help us out. So make sure you go and do that. Share that with a friend that loves scouting and the process as much as you do. Head over to Twitter. Give me a follow at RightStepADV. That's where you can find me. rsafootball.com is my website. I am Roderick David, doing all things for everybody in the football world that I can, but focusing on my background, the scouting side of the game, which is why I created the one-stop shop for all reports, including where I got Mr. Fletcher done. That is rightstepscouting.com. Full reports, one-liners, video reports, draft focus, portal focus, no matter whether you're an agent, parent, athlete, school, university, program, no matter who you are, if you want a report, rightstepscouting.com is the spot for you. Head over today, hit a request, get signed up. Any player you want, hit it in there. I will get back to you with whatever you're requesting. With the recruiting and personnel symposium behind us, scouts, aspiring scouts, everybody in the industry working to network, working to continue to do those things to be where they want. Thescoutingcommunity.com is the resource you need. Again, whether you are a scout currently in the NFL, whether you're working in scouting in the college landscape, I am working to improve the industry. I am working to get people connected, working to help those in the scouting industry. Thescoutingcommunity.com is the spot to do that. So go check that out. And then make sure you check out our partners over at bluemaca.com. Use code scouting20 at checkout to let them know we sent you. Get a little discount on the order. You're going to be on the sidelines. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be on your feet a lot. The Blue Maca insoles, whether for comfort, whether performance, turf toe, non-slip, no matter what it is, bluemaca.com insoles are the spot for you. Scouting 20 will let them know we sent you and get that discount on the order. Tomorrow, tune in for an Iowa Hawkeye Focus, where Neil and I sit down with Tyler Barnes, GM and Chief of Staff for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Really great conversation on all that Coach Ferentz is, how the Iowa program operates somewhat uniquely, and all that they have going on. Going to be an exciting year for Iowa. So make sure you tune in with Tyler Barnes. That one is tomorrow. But today, it's all about running backs. We talked about Ahmad Hardy of Missouri as our first running back today. We talked about Mark Fletcher Jr. Of course, Ahmad having some of his own issues to deal with as we get ready for the season. I fully expect him to be back and ready to go. But today, it's all about Mark Fletcher Jr. So let's go ahead and get some film rolling of the Miami Hurricane as we start talking Mark Fletcher Jr. Of course, we're always going to talk with traits. So who is Mark Fletcher Jr.? Rolled at Miami in 2023 as a four-star recruit out of American Heritage High School. Yes, that is a powerhouse high school, so plenty of good players there. Played in 10 games with 4 starts in his first year. Did miss 3 games due to injury, but again, that looks like it may have just been something that year. 2024, he played 13 games, 4 starts, started 12 games, played in 14 last year in 2025. True senior in 2026. Career 433 attempts for 2,313 yards, 26 touchdowns. That comes down to a 5.3 career yards per carry average. We're going to talk about that number and kind of where we want that as scouts. He's got another 34 receptions for 308 yards. Again, solid numbers, good numbers. Again, we'll talk about kind of where that goes. Again, a reminder for running backs, as always, what do we want to be looking for? Vision matters. Inside and outside run ability, his elusiveness, how does he work to break tackles, his pass catching and pass blocking ability, and then his ball security. So let's start at the top with his vision. I think this is a player, you're going to hear the term good a lot. That is on our scale, that is above the line. Again, as you start talking our 1 to 9 right step advisory scale, he's got good vision. Again, I think he misses some stuff, but he is consistently finding, pressing, and getting the hole. He's got good gap vision, good zone vision, steady eyes on the move. When he is working, he has good visions. You're going to see it here as he cuts back, as he breaks tackles, as he presses the hole. There's times where, hey, you just got to get what's there, or you got to find the daylight. You got to cut back. You got to bounce to the outside. So again, his vision, I think, is good overall. His inside-outside run, again, both good. This is not a game-breaking speed player, And this isn't just an overwhelming size player. Again, at about 220, 225. Again, this is a good size running back, and he's going to fall into that bigger running back in the 2027 draft class. But again, he's not a 230, 240, like, oh, this is just a big inside power back. Again, his inside run, outside run ability are both good. Again, he's going to consistently get yardage. Again, we talk about that with that, 5-yard average at the college level. I think it was 5.3. Again, good, not great numbers. Again, you'd like to see that number just a little bit higher, but again, he's going to be good in both those areas. Again, his elusiveness, this guy is a slippery power back. He's not going to necessarily lower the shoulders and truck you consistently. He's not going to avoid contact, but again, this guy is slippery. He's got some bursts. He's got some one jump cut, one cut ability to make defenders miss. So again, that elusiveness, again, imagine that falls at a good level. His pass catching, that's going to be his one spot. We're going to put him at sufficient right now. And this is going to be the spot, as we talk about his summary, where he could really ascend this year. But again, we're going to talk about him being, again, he can catch the screen game, not utilized out wide on routes a lot. So the overall pass catching routes, what he can do in the passing game on third down on known passing situations is going to be a little bit of a limitation, but he's going to be able to do it at a good level. When we talk about pass blocking now, this is a good player. He's got good vision, good feel. He does miss a couple, but he sees it. And I think it may just be a progression. And when one of those things in the way they work through their protection at Miami, I think it's going to get better. But I think it's good level right now. I think NFL coaches are going to feel comfortable bringing this guy in, putting him in that spot to, protect, because he does have the size to do it. And at the end of the day, ball security, I think he does have a good ratio, carries to fumble. He protects the ball. He doesn't put it on the ground a lot. He carries it high and tight. Good situational awareness to carry the rock and put it down, and put it, keep the rock in his hands. So as we talk about, he's get a lot of good level traits for this player. Again, see a nice run here against Texas A&M. Again, not quite the game-breaking speed, but he's going to be physical all the way to the end. So as we throw a pause on that film and jump over to our draft board here, brought to you by our friend Kyle Morgan, we're going to put a 3.0 solid starter grade on this player. Again, when we start talking about why we think it's going to be that 3.0 grade, this is a solid pick, not a sexy pick. This is not going to be a special run, special pass player, but this guy is going to help you win. This is some Najee Harris flash. I think there's a little bit of Derrick Henry running style, just not the same size. But I like this player. He's certainly going to be among the top groups, backs in this group. But again, it's just going to be a solid, consistent back. That's what he's done at Miami. I think that's what he's going to do this year. One thing I like, again, for the consistent career production, he has not had all the wear and tear, just 11.7 career rush attempts per game. So while there's a good track record, a lot of production to point to, he hasn't been beaten into the ground like a lot of good college running backs that are true seniors. And again, that one spot where I think you get a sense, if we see a player that's more dynamic as a route runner and pass catcher, we could certainly see this player get into that grade 2.0 second round grade, is, again, make that argument to be the top running back in this class just because he is good across the board. So I have a 3.0 grade on him. We're going to stick him right there. We're going to move him up to the top of our running back, as we've only done, again, 3 guys with the Yoder of Lehigh, Mott Hardy, Mark Fletcher there. So again, he is going to be a part of that group. But again, not always about what I think. What do you think? Where do you put Mark Fletcher Jr.? What are you expecting? I've got a 3.0 grade. What do you want to see? Where do you put him? Let me know on Twitter, in the comments, wherever it's at. Mark Fletcher Jr., 3.0 grade, third rounder. We'll see where he ends up with the rest of this Miami team. Tomorrow, Tyler Barnes of Iowa football, and perhaps later this week, a Faith and Friday wrap from somewhere in the trees here on the Copper Point Ministries homestead. Stay tuned for we are in camp time, which means there's going to be news, there's going to be happenings. Soon we're going to have some fresh film, but we will forge ahead with what we have. And here at Scouting the Lead, we will keep scouting.